Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to our suburban homestead. I have ordered 8 Australorp chicks and they are on their way. I will also be getting 10 Coturnix quail in the next couple of weeks. So what I need now is a brooder box. This was a shipping crate that I got off of a local company. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking the skids off of the crate. This is the bottom. I'm removing these. And I'm going to use these to put on the lid that came with it here, which is just a piece of OSB. And once I put the skids on the lid to reinforce it, I will be able to put some hinges on to place it back on the box to give me a lid. And I am going to leave these on. I'm just going to let it sit off the ground a little bit. That way I get airflow under here. I will have shavings and stuff in there, however I don't want it sitting directly on the ground. I want it to be up some to help keep it dry. Now I'm also going to have to put something in for ventilation, probably some hardware cloth and the lid. So I got a little bit of work to do on this. That's what I'm doing now. I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm finished. You can see the 2x4s down here on the bottom. I left those there to hold it up off the ground, give me some airflow underneath there. And so all I did was attach the OSB and the 2x4s here to make a lid. I put some hinges on it, and that way I could open it up. Now I also put some rope on each side here, and that rope just gives me the ability to open my lid and let it stay open while I do work and stuff in here. And then I had a vent, and this vent again it was from a remodel project that someone was doing, and there was 2 of them. I think they had something wrong with them, so they didn't use them. They were going to throw them away, and so I grabbed them. I got another one in there, so I used one of those here for ventilation. And just put that there. Now I still have a few things to do with this brooder, so I'm just going to put something across here that I can clamp a light to keep the chicks warm. And for now I'm just going to be using the plastic feeder and water. I'll show you guys when I have the chicks. I've got some in the building here. I thought about building in an automatic watering system. I don't think with the amount of chicks that I'm going to be keeping in here now, I'm not going to do that right away, but I may go back later and add me a little area here with some wire mesh inside, raised up a little bit, that I have my watering nipples and stuff, but that's going to be a project for later. The only other thing that I'm going to do now before I get these chicks is I'm going to put a piece of screen. That's what this is. It's a wire screen. I'm just going to put that on the back side of this vent. I know an animal's not going to get in there. I don't think a snake big enough to hurt the chicks will squeeze through there. I can fit my pinky through there. However, just to be on the safe side, I am going to put a piece of screen there. Now you guys will notice that I don't waste a whole lot of stuff. I find a whole lot of the things that I'm using where people are getting rid of them or tossing them. There's so much waste in our society, and so I will find stuff like this and I will grab it and collect it and use it, reuse it. I don't spend a lot of money on homestead projects. If you are trying to do it on the cheap, all you have to do is go find you some connections where you can get resources that they're just going to dispose of. And so that's what this is. And so even these boards, as you notice, I took the nails out. These nails, some of them are a little bent, but that's fine. You can straighten that out with a hammer, no problem. There's absolutely no reason for me to throw these nails away because I will turn around and use them on another project. But just a tip for those of you who may be getting started, find resources that people are discarding, and then as you're using them, save as much as you can. Don't waste it. Are you excited about the chickens? Are you excited about the chickens? So here's my brooder box all set up and ready to go. As you can see, I've already got my black Australorp chicks. They're about 3 weeks old at this point, already feathering out, so everything's worked out really well with my brooder box here. And you can see I've just got a basic plastic feed tray here, the basic screw-on watering tray over here with a mason jar. For my bedding, I used straw, and I just cut it into smaller pieces with shears to help with absorption, and also to help my chicks when they were younger, day old, just a few days old, to manage walking in a little bit better. So that's worked out really good. It doesn't take too long doing this. It definitely isn't quite as easy as opening up a bag of shavings. But as you can see, it didn't take long for me to do that. And then I'll spread this around. And then for my heat source, I'm just using a heat lamp. So as day old chicks, they needed a temperature under that heat lamp to be about 100 degrees. Now as they grew, we were able to lower that temperature some. I believe it's about 5 degrees a week. And so the way that I did that was I started out with a 125 watt bulb, and I had it facing directly down like that, and that worked out. That gave me the temperature that I needed. And then as they grew, I gave them more indirect heat by angling it away a little. And then when the 125 watt bulb was too much, I replaced it with a 60 watt bulb, and then I readjusted by hanging my lamp down closer to the bottom of the brooder. And then again, as they began to need less heat, I would raise it back up and point it back over in that corner. And then even as that has gotten to be too much heat, I have started to direct it out here to be a little more indirect heat. And they'll let you know if it's too hot or too cold. If it's too hot, they'll be venturing around and they won't get under the lamp. If it's too cold, they'll huddle in a group, kind of like they are now. And they're not doing this now because they're cold. Now they're doing this because they are scared. They're not liking me coming in here and messing around too much. They're very shy, very timid chicks. For my lid, I ended up not putting the screen on the inside like I had talked about. Instead, I put it on the outside. And it just was easier to attach this way. And all I did was take the screen and stick in the edges of this vent on all 4 sides, and then I took great stuff foam and sprayed it in the cracks, and then a few places here to tack it on, so that'll hold it in place. So that's what I ended up doing with that. So as soon as chicks are hatched, they begin to look for a way to die, and one of the ways they do that is by getting in their watering dish. So you've got to put something in here to keep them from drowning or getting themselves wet and chilled. And usually we'll use stone or marbles, but this go around I ended up using these plastic necklace beads, and I just put a few strands of those in there, and it keeps the chicks from being able to get in the water but still has openings for them to drink. So that's what I used. If you put something in this tray, make sure you clean it first. Rinse it with some vinegar, and then rinse it with some water. That way you're not contaminating, put anything in here that'll make them sick. So just go ahead and clean that. Put it in there, anything that they can drink between but not fall down in between. Okay guys, so there's my brooder. I've got practically no money into the construction of it. The materials all were pretty much free. The only thing that I did pay for was my feed tray, my watering tray, and my heat lamp, and the straw that I used as bedding. But the trays and the heat lamp, I've had those for probably 6 years. So as far as the amount of use I've got out of them, the cost of that's negligible. So the chicks are coming along nicely. In a few more weeks, we'll have them out either into a tractor or into their pen, and we're super excited about that. Thank you guys for being here. Remember to like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we will see you next time. Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to our suburban homestead. I have ordered 8 black Australorp chicks. Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to our suburban homestead. I have 8 black Australorp 8 black Australorp chicks. You can see that I have my black Australorp chicks. 8 black Australorp chickens, 8 black Australorp chicks, 8 Australorp chicks. Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to our suburban homestead. I have 8